Hello everyone, and welcome to the final Roguelike monthly marathon for April 30th. Rather than going back and playing some of the games I know that I'm probably not going to beat, I've decided to cheat the system slightly, and we've swapped out one of these games for the original Flash Binding of Isaac. So I apologise that the resolution is so small, but this is the largest resolution we're going to get. And without further ado, let's start. So we have all of 7 characters to pick from here. We'll of course be playing as Isaac, and hard mode is off. We only need to win on the standard difficulty to qualify a run. So, this is Isaac. He's a very sad boy, and when he's sad, he can cry on his enemies. We also have a dice that can reroll items, keys, money, bombs, and our health over there at the top. So this is the same format as the Binding of Isaac Repentance, except there's far fewer items and combinations and a lot less polish back in this version. But it holds a special place in my heart because this is the first roguelike that I ever had any real amount of experience with. So here's our first room. It is the bomb bag. So we will take a bomb bag. That's going to give us a bomb, I think, every 7 rooms. This is a curse room. We can go in there. It will take damage to go in and out. We might do that later. And we have the same room twice. But right now we're just trying to avoid taking damage, go around, collect our item. Oh, there's our first hit. Item in the item room. There is a shop, although we don't have enough money to warrant it. And just here, there is a grey rock with a cross on it. That is a tinted rock, and we will come back for that after this fight for a very specific reason I will explain later. But first, let's see who our first boss is. It's Monstro. Monstro is this big blob who jumps up and down, causes big sprays of shots, and otherwise just tries to stomp on us. But with a little bit of good dodging, we shouldn't have too much trouble here. There is also another tinted rock up in the top left corner, but currently we only have 1 bomb, so we have to pick between those 2 tinted rocks, as we can't explode both, and our sack of bombs probably isn't going to pay out this early. As you can see, there's a health bar for Monstro just at the top of the screen there. We are very nearly at the end of that bar, and there he goes. So this half a red heart, we can replenish our life, and this is some dog food. That is a full health up. We will take that, and you'll see we go to 4 health in the top right corner. Now we have a decision to make about which stone to blow up. We'll go with this one. And there is a chest, and the chest contains 5 cents, a half a heart we cannot utilize, and no bombs. At this point, let's go check out our curse room. There might be bombs in here. There's a red chest, and that is Guppy's tail. That is an excellent item to get so early. Because we now have Guppy's tail, we are more likely to see chests across various rooms through the rest of the floor. And if we can collect 2 of the other 3 Guppy items, then we can become a dead cat. And that has many benefits that we may get to see later. But for now, we are going to hop on through this trapdoor and go to floor 2. So the thing that we wanted out of that chest was spirit hearts, or soul hearts as they're sometimes called. I'm sure one of them is the correct name, and I don't know which. They are totally interchangeable in my brain. But right now we have 3.5 red hearts and no spirit hearts. At the moment, there is a hidden stat that you can't see anywhere in the menu, but just from experience I know it exists, and that stat is the probability that we will find a deal with the devil after we kill the boss on this floor. And coming into this room, it was 100%, but now that we've been hit by a creature and lost some red hearts, that number has gone down. This is Monstro's Tooth, which allows us to call Monstro down to do harm to our enemies, but unfortunately we can't carry that and our d6, so we're going to use our d6 to reroll Monstro's Tooth. Oh, is that a wiggle worm? It is. So our tears wiggle back and forth now. This isn't an item in Rebirth and Afterbirth. It's a trinket. But I'm not even sure trinkets exist in this game. But now we have a wiggle worm. That is a thing that we will have for the rest of the floor. I think it might have been a slight tears up, so we might be producing slightly more tears per second now, but we have made our choice and we will deal with it. Walking over the cobwebs slows us down slightly. And these poops sometimes have money in, sometimes they can have hearts in. There's our bomb bag paying out. And we have no keys to get in here, unfortunately, but with 2 bombs, I'm going to see if we can find a secret room just here. I cannot. How about here? There it is. 3 whole pennies. We can shoot the fires out as well. Sometimes they contain supplies. So we're still looking for a shop, but we have no keys currently, and then simply get to the boss room. And that is a pill, but we don't know what one. Let's find out. That is a tears up, so now we're going to shoot a few more tears per second, which is excellent. The d6 we have shows 6 pips next to it. However, this does not take 6 rooms to recharge. Every room recharges 2 pips of it. But with a full charge and nothing else to need on this floor quite yet, let's go fight the boss. It's Gertie Jr. And it's double trouble. That's really not fun. Their movement is not the best. I would have loved a bomb right now, but I spent mine looking for secret rooms, which gave me back 3 whole cents. But these guys don't shoot tears, it seems. It's just this awkward charging pattern, so if we can maintain our dodging, I think we're going to be alright. 1 down, 2 down, and we get a bomb. We get stem cells, which is another health up, and I think might be a full heal at the same time. It wasn't. And we're going to leave this spirit heart here to collect at the end before we go down to the next floor so that we can preserve that chance of a deal with the devil. But before that, we will finish off the rest of the rooms. We have chances to get consumables, more health pickups, things like that, provided we take less damage than healing that we find, so we have a net gain in supplies. There's a penny. The magic number for money is 15 cents, because that's how much an item in the shop costs, as opposed to a consumable like a bomb or a key. They cost 5. And there's also an arcade. These orange fires can shoot back at us. But first of all, I'm going to blow up this tinted rock. There's another spirit heart we'll collect on the way out. We can spend a penny to go into the arcade. We have a blood bank on our right. This is the shell game. Do we have to touch you from the front? We do. When you lose on the shell game, they produce a fly. What I'd really like is some keys. But I could be here for days trying to get keys out of this thing. Because unfortunately, I'm without a single key to get into the shop. We can also play this fortune teller. Oh, a card. The Emperor will teleport us to the boss room. The Sun will full heal us and show us the full map and do damage to creatures in the room. So I'm going to play this blood bank a little bit. It takes health and returns either 1 or 2 coins. And then in a moment we can use our Sun card to full heal ourselves. If we win right now, we'll get an item called Scuttle. There it is. So this means that flies will no longer try and harm us. They are our friends now. There's a soul heart, which is excellent. Oh, there's a trinket. They do have trinkets in this game. So this is a lucky toe. Increases our luck slightly. The main use for luck is there are different effects for tiers. So you might have something like poison or what else might you have? Slow effect or something. And what you want is the higher luck you have, the more likely you are for that tier to appear in your string of shots. This is interesting. The Polaroid... Oh wow. Okay, lots going on. The Polaroid is a trinket you need to go to a secret ending at the end of the game. And now you're guaranteed to get it in the new versions, but in the old versions, I think you have to find it manually. So we're going to hold on to it. We have a reroll, so we can also reroll the fortune teller. It became Sister Maggie or Brother Bobby. Brother Bobby. And follow us around, shoot tears as well. We did not get a key, unfortunately, so I'm going to pop my Sun card. That gives us a full heal. Let's take this so that we can go to a boss fight of our choosing more efficiently later. And before we take all these spirit hearts and go down to the next floor, we will also very quickly pop in here. We have 3 flies that will do damage to our enemies for us. So with no bombs, no keys, we will collect our supplies and go down to the next floor. You'll see those hearts are separate on the right hand side of the rest of our red hearts, and they will be lost first. No keys to open that. Take this half. Oh, there's a whole one of those there. So we are very healthy right now. Down to the caves 1. So those flies that we had have helped kill our foes. It's hard to get an angle on these guys. Fortunately, they're not very fast. There's a bomb from our bomb bag. You can tell it came from the bomb bag because it spawned on us rather than in like the middle of the room as a standard drop would at the end of a fight. What I would like is a damage up, but with no keys, we're not going to be opening that. We're also not going to be able to open our item room or our shop at the moment. So with that in mind, we'll probably go straight to our boss while we have a reroll charge on our dice. It's Peep. So as you do damage to Peep, Peep's eyes will pop out of its head, and then they will float around the room risking to do damage to you. There goes one. then here comes the other. That's not fair. I had nowhere to run. Well, we're going to make it through this before our spirit hearts run out, which is good. And there above you see our deal with the devil. I'm going to leave the milk there for a moment, because we are very healthy as we are. So this is Ouija board and Monster Manual, named after the Monster Manual of D&D lore. Now, the Ouija board makes our tears go through rocks and stones, which is quite good, but there are other effects in the game that do that. And the Monster Manual is a book that creates a familiar in the room, but that's it. The familiar disappears when you leave the room and is considered one of the worst items in this version of the game. So I'm going to re-roll these. We got Guppy's Paw, which is excellent. So we are now 2 parts Guppy. I will take my dice back. I don't need the razor blade. So now we're going to leave this room. Unfortunately, on most occasions, the door behind you closes. So we are unable to go back and re-roll Guppy's Paw. But knowing that we are 2/3 of the way to Guppy is very nice. If we can get to 3 parts of Guppy, then we will turn into a dead cat that can not only fly, but also every time we hit an enemy, we will create dead flies, as in the insect, that will do harm to our foes. And those flies are not a problem from us because we got Skatole earlier, and as such, they cannot harm us. I think some of the very large flies can, but standard flies will just leave us alone because of our nice poop helmet. Alright, 3 bombs, no keys. What we might be able to do later is, depending on where our item rooms are... Oh, there's a key. We might be able to bomb through 2 walls in order to get to our item room. Not the most likely thing to happen, but plausible. Alright, that's all the rooms cleared. We can't go into this room because you can't go in if you have the wrong amount of health, although that can vary. Let's see if this is a secret room. It's not. It's probably the one below us, but I'm going to save my bombs. Let's have a look in here. That is Max's head, I believe. They changed the name of it between versions of the game. This is a very big damage up. Yeah. You see now the tier in the arrows box above has become very large because we're now doing a lot of damage. We will blow up this tinted rock. Get an extra spirit heart. And then journey on to the floor below. Caves 2. I can't really even remember how many floors there are in this version of the game. It changes so much between the many, many additions and expansions that there have been across the 2 main editions of Isaac. These guys are keeper heads. They make you drop your own money when they hit you. And not only that, but you pick up less money than you dropped in most cases. You see those grandpa flies not shooting at us because of Skatole, I believe. Oh, this room sucks. Alright, that could have gone worse. I'd just like to find the boss room, really. These guys are, I kid you not, called butt lickers. And this came out long before Human Centipede, I think. But I could be wrong. I don't know dates of anything. And I'm not going to look it up right now. There's our boss room. We do have a key. So we could go find our item room first, but since we're here, it's the husk. So this guy usually would make flies, I think, but this is the champion version, so he's just going to shoot these rounds of tears at us. And we got hit, so we're probably not getting a deal with the devil. And we have all these guys to deal with first. Yeah, no deal with the devil. This is a shot speed up and a card, which I'm not that invested in, so we'll re-roll it. And that's more HP. We'll see about that in a bit when we come back through. Let's go find our item room, because we have a key. Nice that we're killing the small stuff like spiders so quickly. There's a Larry Jr. The arcades can only spawn on the second floor of an individual pair of floors. So you have basement 1 and basement 2. You can only have an arcade on basement 2. Same for the cellar 1, cellar 2, or caves 1, caves 2. And you also have to have 5 cents when coming into the floor in order for the arcade to spawn. This is the Book of Belial. We touch it so that it is removed from the item pool, so when we come back and re-roll it, if you don't touch it, it has a chance to come back again. We have another one of these guys, except now it can't make Scuttle because we already have it. But I'm going to play this up here instead. A Spirit Heart at this point would be very good. Look to the moon. You are worshipping a sun god. Just a straight up loss. Some intestines. And a High Priestess card. Well, nothing of great value there for us. Let's go check out this other room, which we can then earn a reroll with if it is combat, which it is. And very nice of these flies to just ignore us. Scuttle doing great work. Okay, so we have a reroll again. There was food, standard HP up in the boss room, and since that is a passive and this is an active, we will reroll the active. And this is Distant Admiration. So this red fly will now orbit us, and if at any point it's in contact with an enemy, it will just do damage to that enemy, which is great. With 6 bombs, I will look for a secret room. Oh, that's interesting. So Unicorn Stump is an item that you can use, and it makes you invincible and does damage to everything that you touch. Unfortunately, we don't have enough charge to re-roll it, although if we come in here, if we take this HP, we'll have to fight 3 rounds of enemies, and with that we'll get 3 charges of our dice, I think. And a free HP up is like wonderful. Oh. So this is a boss trap room rather than a standard trap room, so we'll only be fighting 2 bosses, not 3. So it's going to be 2 sets of pips for our dice, not 3. Oh, not even. In this version of the game, you don't get recharge pips on every wave, it's just for the entire room. It's amazing how much things have changed. But a pair of keys is excellent. With that, there's never going to be a way for us to get enough charge to reroll. And because we are 2/3 guppy at the moment, I'm inclined to keep our charges available in case we should find a devil deal again. I really want to be able to maintain my chances of re-rolling an item into a third part of guppy. There's our second secret room. This is an eternal heart. If we manage to get to the next floor without taking any damage, then it will convert into a health up. So we'll take this health up, collect that, and go through this trapdoor, and then you'll see in a moment there'll be an animation which will indicate a health up. There it is. Great big heart. A shop, but we have no money. A beggar, but we have no money. These are mini infamies. Each of the hearts is bonded to one of the masks, and you have to kill the heart in order to make the mask disappear. These guys pose basically no threat to us. I'm going to jump straight in here now. What we'd like to see is a boss called the Fallen, because when you fight the Fallen, whoa, you always get a deal with the devil item as your reward for that boss fight. So that is one way we could speed up our way to getting to Guppy. This is a mini-boss. This is Gluttony, one of the 7 deadly sins. He opens his stomach and shoots this beam of energy out at us. So this is less than 3, as in the old keyboard heart. Picking that up, I'm almost certain that is a full heal. So I'm going to leave it there, and then if later on in the floor we are having a lot of difficulty with our health, we can come pick that up and it will restore us to life. Unfortunately, Scuttle does not protect against spiders. But no matter, we've gotten through there. With 2 keys, I'm not going to open that just yet. But I will open the item room. That is the mulligan, which causes flies to grow inside you. It's very good. We are thinking about becoming Guppy, but should we not, infestation is very good. And with 1 more key and a shop above us, I'm actually going to play this a whole bunch. Try and get to 15 cents. You can see that as we are injured, we are creating flies thanks to that item we just collected. Unfortunately, in this edition of The Binding of Isaac, every time you go through a room, you can only ever take, I think it's 3 or 8 flies with you or something. There's a very specific fly cap. Oh, we have invincibility thanks to the Polaroid we're holding. Maybe that's what I'm remembering about it being so special. So this big ring of flies gets neutered down to 10 or so. But with 34 cents, I'm going to go pick up less than 3, which is going to heal us. Because the shop does have the possibility of having the Deadly Sin Greed in it. Although I think that's less likely because we did already fight a mini-boss this floor. But we'll take that, be up to full health with 34 cents. We'll go check out the shop. We can also play this beggar if we really want to. We have the map, a key, and a pill. We'll take the map for 15 cents. That shows you the layout of the floor, but not what the individual rooms are. Take a spare key. And then the boss room's going to be over there on the far left. I don't know if the room left and up of us will be anything special. But these masks are awful. Also, the leapers aren't great either. Still, we got through it. There's a trap room above us. And that rock just had a key in, which I'm still grateful for. Come on, you hearts. This is not going incredibly well now. Good stuff, right. More spiders. And the little sacks will spawn more spiders over time. Fortunately, we're pretty swift, and time once again for our boss room. It is war. Also, the four horsemen of the apocalypse are represented in this game. I'm just trying to get in there with my attack fly, because that does very good damage per second. Especially now that we've taken one piece of damage already. We're probably not going to get a deal with the devil. Indeed not, but we are going to get a cube of meat. If you've ever played Super Meat Boy, you'll know the reference. Otherwise, nothing in the shop we want. Let's go back and play that beggar. So we're going to have to bomb through the stones, through the rocks, in this room here. Did we already go into our secret room, or was finding the map what let us know there's something there? We did not. There's a whole host of money in here. I guess that must be the map letting us know that. So now we give this guy money, and sometimes he'll think really hard and give you something. This is Bum Friend. He will pick up coins on the ground and give you items instead, or consumables. I want something a bit more immediate, so let's re-roll that. That is Large Odd Mushroom, which is a very good damage up and HP. So our damage between that and Max's head is doing very well. And in fact, I'm going to come and open this golden chest as well, since we have two keys. That's gone great. Bombs and replenishing our keys. And we'll even blow this up for good measure. A whole half heart. That is a half-hearted effort if I ever saw one. Alright, zooming along back to the boss room. We haven't had a movement speed up yet. I'm just walking at our base speed. Let's look for a second secret room again. If it's not that one, it's probably this one. No, it's not, because we've already looked there, perhaps? Either way, let's skedaddle. There's like geometrical rules for which rooms can have the secret room spawn on them or not. Okay. It is the map that tells us where our secret room is. The boss is probably bottom left. Let's go to these terminus on the right first. Oh god, this is hot trash. Yep. Yep. We are still trying to win just on the one credit. Let's bomb this because we get a free bomb back in this room. And that's 3 more cents. Totally worth going to the shop when we find it. So the cube of meat that we have that's now orbiting us will not only damage stuff that it comes into contact with, but will also, I will take that now, it will also, I'm going to touch this and then put it back down again. It will also block enemy shots that come towards us. If they hit the block of meat instead of us, then we will not take damage. So the item that we just found there is the Dead Sea Scrolls. Every time you use it, it has a chance to be a random item, which is generally bad because one of the items is called Kamikaze, which causes you to hurt yourself. So let's re-roll that. That is a reusable bomb. We'll touch that, go get a recharge, and re-roll that as well. And still looking for our shop. It's just these guys, isn't it? Alright. Yep, nowhere to hide. Excellent. This might be the shop. It's not, but it's just more of these guys. Oh, I forget you can be hurt on their return path as well. Well, there's a reroll, so we're going to get a bit min-maxy here because we are running out of health. We're going to come back, reroll the item, and then continue exploring the floor because we can get more charges if we need to. That is the relic. So every 7 rooms, it will drop a spirit heart, but unfortunately, because we already have bomb bag, it might be every 14 rooms as they alternate between the 7 item cycle, but still worth taking. Very happy to get through that room without taking damage. This shouldn't be too bad because flies aren't harmful to us. Apart from the large one at the end with the big sad eyes. It does explode. It's always these sodding things. Not like this. Not like this. So because we have the Polaroid, when we come down to a half heart, when we get hit, we get a brief period of invincibility. But unfortunately, you have to have more than a half heart to be able to take a hit to then be down to a half heart. We took the relic, so there's no need to go back. Let's hope this is a full health pill. Shot speed up. I mean, it's something. Alright, here we go. This might be our last room. It's not, but we have found the shop, and that can have health in. It doesn't. But we have money, so we'll buy the purse, which means we can hold 2 trinkets now. We'll take an extra key and an extra bomb, and we'll spend a bomb and 2 keys to get into here. Hoping that... Okay. I was hoping for health, but an item pedestal to reroll is nice. This is Guppy's head. this is actually incredible. This is portable slot, and what portable slot lets you do is, for a penny, you can just play a slot machine anytime you want. And there's a chance that we can make ourselves some health with this. There's another Tears Up pill, that's welcome. Still, I would like health. Or a sun card would be huge. 10 cents left. Just going to play this down to 0. Oh, a heart. It's totally worth it. Alright. Well, we tripled our health, which is good. Let's go and see if we can't get enough energy for a reroll, and then it'll be a boss fight. Okay, that was terrible. This is one of the bosses that you can run into. Yeah, we died. Well, that's it. That's the end of the Roguelike Monthly Marathon. Following this set of rules of just beating as many roguelikes as possible in 30 days, where only one run each day counts, with existing save files, with the main character on the standard difficulty, beating the main boss with legacy elements allowed, we managed to beat 11 games. Hand of Fate, Crypt of the Necrodancer, bullets per minute, heavy bullets. Risk of Rain should not be coloured in this image. I've screwed that up. Binding of Isaac, Slay the Spire, Fidel Dungeon Rescue, Enter the Gungeon, Downwell, Dicey Dungeons, and Ziggurat. So, that's it. 11 games in a month. Not going to continue next month. Going to have a month off, might get some practice into some of the games I play far less well. And then, maybe, who knows, maybe in July or August or something, I'll revisit this project and see if I can beat my personal best. But for any of you that have stuck around to watch any of these videos, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you on another project. Cheers.